Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube. So I have been away for a good while. Like, it has been chaotic, but if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment and whatnot. But guys, let me tell you what happened. I have my gin and tonic here. It looks a bit dry like water, but it's doing the job and it does the job. So yeah, just had to sit back. But yeah, so let me tell you a story of what happened. So guys, did your girl not swallow a fishbone and end up in A&E? That is what happened. So guys, so I've come home from work now, right? And like my mum's made dinner. So she's like to me, oh, like, actually I've made dinner, it's in the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, okay. She's like, oh, I made sea bass fillets and like some rice and whatnot. So I was like, okay. I was like, I'll eat it later, like in a bit. Sort myself out from work, have a bath, whatnot. So I'm greedy. Yeah, like we have to just put that out there. Like I'm generally greedy, innit? So I'm there, like I'm just sitting, shared out my food actually, before we get there. Shared out my food. Like, you know when you put your favourite TV programme on and you're just like, yes, like I'm set. So I've now got the television on, like me and my soaps, like I've got to watch my soaps. So yeah, so I put my TV, I think I was watching EastEnders or something at the time. Yeah. Then I'm just like, alright, cool, I'm eating whatnot, yeah. Like, but then I'm sitting here and I'm just like, you know when you just feel something and you're just like, I'm just thinking, okay, it's fillets, right? So my mum said like, no bones, nothing. I ain't expecting no hardcore bones, nothing. Like, and I'm sitting there and I'm eating, I'm thinking, something in my throat. So I'm thinking, I was like, let me take a sip. I was like, let me just have some water, you know, and just try and see if it will go down. It's not going down. Bearing in mind that I proper scoffed my food, yeah? So I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking, damn. So I've gone in the kitchen, put my plate down, and I've gone to my mum's room and I'm just like, I was like, I feel like I've swallowed a fishbone. I was like, you told me like it's sea bass fillets. I wasn't expecting no fish. Like fish bones, like it was just like, I was just thinking to myself, God's sake. So she's looked at me like, why are you, like, who does this? Like, it could only happen to you, because bearing in mind guys, this is not the first time it has happened to me. I was about 7 the first time it happened, but that's another story. But yeah, so now my mum's like to me, she's like, go and get some bread, go and get some water, and kind of like rip a piece and like swallow it. So I'm sitting here and I'm just like to myself, okay, gone in the kitchen, got myself some bread, like it's just not, like it's not going. So she's like to me, well, you need to go and get dressed and go to the hospital. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, I don't like hospitals. So I've now got dressed and whatnot. So now I'm starting to like, I feel like I can't swallow. So then I'm starting to panic, and that's the worst thing to do. So I'm like, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't breathe. So Mum's like, all right, you need to get over to the hospital. So I've got there now, and like, you know, like they take their time. So the nurse has like come to me, she's like, okay, like how can you help you? Like what's wrong? And blah, blah, blah. So I've like said to her, like, I swallowed a fishbone. I was like, I can't swallow, I can't do anything. I feel like I can't breathe, like. And she's like, she looked at me like, and I was just, you know, the ones I'm thinking you shouldn't even be judging me. But so obviously she's taken me now, and she's like said to me, okay, we need to give you an x-ray, we need to do all of these type of things and blah, 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 and see where it is and like what we can do. So I'm waiting now, she's giving me water, and she's like to me, oh yeah, just sip and sip and sip. And I'm just thinking like, really? So now we've got my x-ray and everything, right? And she's come back, right? And I can just see them just like having their little discussion, and I'm just thinking, you guys are really like laughing at me like that. So they're there now, and she's like come back to me with the x-ray, and she's like, okay, so the bone's lodged, and I'm just thinking, she was like, what was it that you was eating? She was like, how fast was you eating? Like I'm some pig, yeah? And I was just like to her, like, okay, like, I didn't presume like it would have any like bones or anything. I was like, I was eating fillets. So she was like to me, okay. So like basically like the bone had lodged like that, like diagonally. So she was like to me, okay, we need to transfer you to another hospital that can deal with that, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, oh my God. So then my mum walks in and I'm just thinking, oh my God. So she's now having a discussion with the nurse and the consultant, and they're all having their little laughs, and I'm just thinking, like, how are you really laughing at my misfortune like this? Like, I could die, I could be dying, like anything could be happening, and you're just really just like sitting here laughing at me like that. So after that happened, they've then said to me, oh yeah, do you want to get on the minibus to the guys? Minibus? I was thinking they all would have transferred me in like an ambulance, like I could be dying. She goes, minibus. I was like, wow. So I was like to my mum, I was like, no, we could just get the bus. We've got the bus now. I'm fine at this stage. Obviously I can't swallow, too tough, but I'm still alive. So we've got now to the hospital, and like they've been expecting me. So they were like, oh, Ashley, here's your gown, here's your room, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be staying on this. So I was staying, like, I was like, really have to stay here. So they were like, yep, surgery, we're going to prep you for, I was like, surgery? Like, oh my God, guys. Like, when I was 7, this never happened to me. I never had no type of surgery, and nothing like this happened, yeah? So I was like, this must be serious. But the bone was like really thin, so what they were explaining is that it would be easy to lodge in your throat. Like, it like scratched my throat and everything, and I was just like, so I put my gown on and everything, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, like I've really got to like prepare myself, because don't like operations, don't like it, like blood, anything makes my knees go weak. Like I feel like I nearly even passed out after that whole thing when he was like, oh yeah, surgery and whatnot, right? So after that, right, we've now gone into the room, and I'm sitting there and I just see like there's just one chair, right? There's like loads of like equipment, like this equipment thing that he was gonna use, and then his chair, and like anyone else's chair that's probably like coming in with you. So he's now sat down and he's like, okay, this is what we're going to use. So like there was this tube, right? It had 2 things that go down your nose, right? This is where it gets like really nasty. So like, it goes down your nose, right? And then there's like a camera at the end where he can look through, like, so I think there's a camera attached to the end, and there's a camera attached to the nozzle bit. And then they go down your nose and down your throat. I think it stops about here. I don't know. It was quite short, so I think it was only to here. So he was like explaining. He was like, we're gonna put it through your nose. He was like, we're gonna numb your throat. He was like, I'm gonna put it through your nose. He was like, and then you've got to swallow and swallows. I was just sitting there. I was just like, really? So he's now like started like numbing my throat, so like I've had to have my mouth open. It's like, and I'm dribbling, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. So he's put this thing through my nose, yeah, but like he's put it like, and I've now like, you know when you've just come like, I'm not used to these type of things, so like the realization has hit me of like, what the fuck's going on? Like I'm sitting here and I'm just like, what? So he's like, swallow, swallow, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, oh my God. So he's pushed it through, right? But because I wasn't swallowing enough, it got lodged, it got stuck, right? So then he's had to like proper pull it out. But I was just like, I don't know, couldn't he just like put me under local anesthetic and just like to help me on some other level? Like, why have I got to be awake? he's now said to me, okay, that I've now started to panic. My mum's there, and like he's there, just like, okay, like he's getting frustrated with me at this point, because I'm thinking like, either one, he don't get people in here that often with fish bones stuck in their throat, or two, people don't usually make or have panic attacks like me, probably, like, because he's sitting there and he's probably thinking like, I really don't have to go through this, like, can you hurry up? So he sent me back to my ward, right, and he said to me, okay, we'll try again in half an hour. He was like, I can't drink anything, I can't eat anything, I can't do nothing. So I'm sitting there with my mum, and I'm just like, I was really panicking, because I was thinking to myself, like, he's really got to get this out now. If he doesn't get it out, I'm going to be here for days. So now, yeah, we've gone, like, half an hour's passed, so we've gone back into the room now, and he's sitting there and he's like to me, okay. I was like, are you ready to try again? So he's numbed my throat again, right? Holding my mum's hand, I'm kicking him. Like, at this point, I couldn't care less. Like, what you're doing to me, yeah, you shouldn't even do that to people. Yeah. So he's now pushed the, like, but he's now gone with full force. So he's like, he's probably sitting here, he's like, really, I ain't got time for this. We're gonna get it done. So he's now pushed this nozzle rack down my throat, and then I can hear my mum going, swallow, and he's like, can you swallow? And I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, and then I'm like, but I'm on the bed and I'm kicking his feet, holding my mum's hand, like, it's so uncomfortable, like, so uncomfortable. So then he's like, then we've got there, right, and he's like, keep your mouth open. So as my mouth's open, he can now see, like, the tubes going down my throat and whatnot. So he's getting the camera and the bright light and everything, and then he's like, there it is. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like it's like, you know when things like this don't happen to you, so you're sitting here and I'm just like, okay, so now you've like found it, so what are you gonna do now? So he's like, keep your mouth open. So now he's put some kind of like space thing in my mouth, like as they do at the dentist, and like his big fist has just gone straight down my throat. And I'm just, guys, I don't even have anything to say. Like, his fist was so big, yeah, that I was just thinking, is this even allowed? So he had his like, and then he was, I don't know if it was like some type of rubber thing. Obviously gotta be safe, otherwise he'll punch her down, I'll be dead. But yeah, so he's now put his hand down my throat trying to get in. He's like, stay still. So the camera thing's up my nose. He's now, and he's just breathing on me, and I'm just thinking, like, I don't like when people are that close to, like, you're in my personal space, like, no. So he's now got it out, thank the Lord. And yeah, so I was sitting there, it was a breeze, yeah, we've just got to say it was a breeze, but it was the most uncomfortable thing that has ever happened. Like, this didn't happen to me when I was 7. I went over to A&E and I was sitting there, and everything was, I was sick a couple times. Like, I wouldn't put it past anyone, but you know, it was horrible. But yeah, that is literally what has happened to me. It has been the worst experience. I ended up spending the night, stayed there the next morning. He gave me like some capsule thing. I was thinking, I can't even take these, but I had to. So, but yeah, came home, and listen, I was eating my fried fish. 3 days later, had my fried fish. Listen, it didn't faze me, but it was like, I've got to slow down. And all I've got to say is, don't be so greedy when you eat, yeah. And look what you'll eat. Like, my mistake was like, you know, when you just eat and you're like, all right, cool, I'm watching television, and it's like, oh, is this what's going on? And you're sitting there, you're like, oh, you're putting your food in your mouth, in it, but you're not, maybe that's why I'm greedy in it, but that is what happened. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my little story time. Stay tuned. to my YouTube. If you haven't, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.